Good afternoon and welcome to another Volvo video on my 2003 Volvo XC90, and in this video I'm going to be dealing with a bit of a long running issue. So the problem I've had, and I've had it since I bought the car, is there's a message on the display on the dashboard that says anti-skid service required. So I did a bit of research into this, and the two main causes are the clock spring on the steering wheel. I've forgotten what the part's called, but it fits onto over the steering column, but it has the clock spring in it, the steering angle sensor. But I've had my scan tool on it, and I am actually getting readings from the steering angle sensor, so I can eliminate that straight off. And another possible cause is the yaw sensor, which is located in the driver's side floor pan under the audio amplifier. Now, I have taken that out, and it all looks clean inside. I can't see any rust or anything. Usually get corrosion if there's water ingress, say from a blocked sunroof drain, but since my XC90 doesn't have a sunroof, it doesn't suffer from the water ingress. And on the scan tool, it is getting there is a reading on the yaw sensor, so I'm inclined to eliminate that one as well. So what I did do was I got the scan tool on it, and one of the error codes that's there that doesn't seem to go away is CEM 1A64, and that's communication with the differential electronic module signal missing. So it seems now that there's several causes for that. Possible causes: either no power supply to the differential module, open circuit to the ground, contact resistance in the terminals, or an open circuit in the high-speed CAN wiring to the differential module. So that's one thing I'm going to look at, and I think that's the cause of my anti-skid warning message coming up. Because obviously with the anti-skid system, it needs to read the differential module and adjust the power. With it being four-wheel drive, it's all electronically controlled, so it'll need to control what amount of power goes to the front and rear differentials, in order for it not to skid, say in snow. So the next thing I need to do is to get up the wiring diagram for the differential module. So I'll get that up and we'll go through it. This is future me cutting in. Yes, I've forgotten. It's time for sticker section. And in this sticker section is Mend It Man Luke. He sent me one of his stickers, so I think what I'll do is I'll put it there. Yep, that's it. That seems to be a good place for it. So just to remove the backing, I'll put it just there, just above Ralph, you saw in the previous sticker section. So that just slots in nicely, and I'm starting to run out of room, so I'll be putting it elsewhere on the tool chest at this rate. So with that, it's back to the video. So this is the relevant page from the wiring diagram, and this is the bit for the the differential electron module. So we have two fuses here. There's one fuse in the cargo compartment and one that sits on top of the battery, and they feed power to this relay, which in turn feeds power to four other fuses. So we'll just concentrate for the time being on the fuse that feeds power to the differential module, which is this one, fuse 17 in the cargo compartment. Then it goes through this connector 54/40, and the number in the box indicates the pin number, so it's pin 14 on that particular connector. And then it goes to the connector for the module, which is 54/74. As you can see down here, you got the live feed there, pin 1, and then pin 4. It looks like goes to ground. It goes to a join 53/500, and then to the ground at 31/66. So what I'll do is I'll go through these parts in turn. So we'll start off with the connector at 54/40. There's a relevant page on the parts diagram. It lists all the pin outs for 54/40 and pin 14. There we go. It comes from the fuse 17 in the cargo compartment, and it goes to the connector for the differential module, which is 54/74, so I should be able to skip straight to that. 54/74, this is the connector to the differential module, so we have pin 1, which should be our live feed. We've got pins 2 and 3, I think they're for the CAN bus wires. And then pin 4, which will eventually go to earth or ground. So we'll go to find the location, should be able to go to the location, those connectors in the car. Let's have a look. Cargo component harness XC90, here we go. So we have 54/40 there, which is just located just in front, inside the sill, just in front of the rear wheel arch, and that's where that connector will be. I'm just going off my notes here. I did make a few notes down. 54/40, yeah, that's our 14 pin connector that comes from the fuse box. So that'd be one place we could break in and take measurements. And we'll look for 54/74. I mean, that's easy to find, that's right next to the diff, so that's connector's easy enough to find, so we don't need to search for a location for that. So we'll move on to the ground side. So the earth from the differential plug goes to the join 53/500, and we're looking for 54/74. That's the differential plug. It goes to this join, and then it earths at 31/66. Now there's several components that are actually go to this earth, and we'll go touch upon them in turn, but we'll go to the earth 66. So I'll probably have to zoom in on this one. I'll just zoom in on the relevant part. We've got 31/66, and it runs along the inside of the sill on the passenger side floor. So the earth point should be fairly easy to get at. And just see if it shows it anywhere else. I'm sure I saw another picture of it where it showed it a bit better. Oh, no, it shows you on the V70, and I thought, but I would imagine it's pretty much the same as on with the XC90. So now we know the location of that earth point, and that's basically the entire differential module circuit. So going back to that join just before the earth point, 53/500, it actually traced back to where the origin of the other components that go through that ground. But if we've got basically a bad ground, those other circuits should be affected. And we do have some other electrical problems that could, and this could well be connected. But if we go back to our joint, I'll just quickly scroll back through 53/500. And there we go, we have various things that connect to this. So one thing that immediately stuck out was pin 12 5420. So that's the anti-theft alarm. Now we do have an anti-theft alarm message crop up intermittently, which is quite interesting. These both of them earth through the same point. And 5420. And pin 12. So that could be interesting. That goes to another junction point. It's just interesting to know. I should be able to go to the relevant part of the anti-theft alarm circuit. So I found the relevant wiring diagram. Various parts of it go. So here we are, pin 12 on 54/20. And you can see it's at the same point, and it goes back to another junction point. Looks like it goes to some, I'm not sure what this component is, but I'm not going to worry any more about that. But that might be something to take note of. So going back to the junction point 53/500, we'll skip back to that. Now 54/24 doesn't apply. No, it says that RHD there. That doesn't seem to apply. We have connector pin 11 connector 5410. That goes to the left front door harness. Now, as far as I know, everything on the left front door is working. You know, electric windows, mirrors. As far as I know, that's all working. So I can safely say the earth must be good to this connector. So we can eliminate all this straight away. But that 5420 does worry me a little bit. But if the left front door electrics are working, I'm sure we can eliminate the actual earth point. So that's cut that out. So I would say we should check the power feed to the connector for the differential plug. That seems to be the most likely candidate. So I won't do any more research on the electrics. I think it's time to investigate, see if there's any power actually getting through to the differential module. So here's a printout. This is the circuit for the differential module, and there's our relay. Now, I mentioned that it supplies power to 4 fuses. So I've got the page here for the fuses. So numbers 14, is it? No, not 14, 15, no, 16 is not showing up on here. 16, fuses number 15 to 18. I'll show you all on this one. There's the same relay, 2/52, and you can see it supplies power to them 4 fuses. This correspond to these at the bottom right. So I'll just take you to the actual fuse. It's it's 15, 16's missing obviously, 17 and 18. So it should be a simple matter of checking for power at the fuses. So I've got my power probe, and so better set it to test. I'll just check it. I'll go to voltage. Not test, go to voltage. There we go. So when there's current present, touch something live and it lights up. So I'll need to turn the ignition on, get you set up, and we'll see what we get. Okay, I don't know how well you're going to see that, but we'll start probing these fuses, see if there's power to them. So we go for fuse 15. We've got power there, and we've got power there. That's good. And we've got power there, and power there. Oops, probably show it a bit better. There and there. And just for last, see if we've got power there as well, even though that fuse isn't actually used on this vehicle. So we've just eliminated a good part of the circuit. We know that's all working, so there's a problem between the fuses and the differential module. So after noticing there was power getting through, obviously there's power on the circuit, I'm inclined to think it's the module that's gone, but I'm just looking on eBay here, and you look at the prices, it's a bit of a gamble to just start loading up the parts cannon, and I've not even had a look underneath. So it's cold. I'm now back at the PC. So what I'll do is I'll finish this video here. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. As ever, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.